So we're talking to Stephen Lutback, nominated for music and lyrics of Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
10 years and 10 nominations. Yes, so many people said no. I mean, I had, we went through, you name it, we went through it. From a producer dying, the major international lawsuit that took a lot of years in the middle of all of this. Jefferson is a revelation. Bryce was new to this production, and when he walked into his first audition, he did a physical gesture that completely sent a shiver down my spine. Lauren Worsham, I mean, that's a voice. It's miraculous singing.
And talking to Robert L. Friedman, the co-creator of A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
I dreamt that someday maybe, and just getting our show to Broadway was a miracle. I'm also just really thrilled by the audience reaction to the show. It's not enough just to be able to sing well or act or be funny, but to do it 8 times a week in that kind of a show that requires so much of you. Jefferson and Bryce are almost never off stage.
So we're talking to Michael Mayer, nominated for his amazing direction of Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
I'm talking to Julian Crouch, our brilliant set designer. Julian and I decided that the best way to approach this was just to design the Hurt Locker. Neil really wanted to be in high heel boots, and he wanted to lose a lot of weight and have a more feminine body so that he could really be believable as this slip of a girly boy from East Berlin. Well, I saw Lena in kinky boots, and it's a totally different kind of character. And when she came in for her audition, she was in full drag. That Lena got this nomination, it means to me that people really are getting what she's doing, and it's a very subtle thing.
We're talking to the remarkably inventive Julian Crouch, who's nominated this year for his scenic design of Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
So Hedwig's doing a show on the set of a failed musical, and I'm not sure, but I think it was John Cameron Mitchell's idea to do it on the set of Hurt Locker, the musical, which it's like the cars exploded, everyone's left and gone home, and they're about to take the set down, so they've left their tools around and bits and pieces. There's an original family here. For all of us, this is just so delightful to get such recognition and to have a show that's full of audience every night. It's a real joy.
We're talking to Chad Begelin, nominated for his work on Aladdin, which has 5 nominations, including Best Musical as well as Book Lyrics.
Tim Rice was so seamless when he took over for Howard, and I could tell in his writing that he really dissected what Howard did to sort of match the tone. And so for me, I was trying to sort of match those two tones, and there's sort of a 40s vernacular to the lyrics, and words like gold brick and goof off and lousy. You can't beat Lion King. You can't beat a Julie Taymor bird. So it became clear that Iago would become a henchman.
Alan Menken, who's nominated again for his score for Aladdin.
Almost reconciled to that, well, we're not going to be taken seriously because everyone's going to think of us as sort of, bringing a movie to the stage. What I wanted to do was go back to the original work that Howard Ashman and I had done. That was always some of the great lost work in my career. I was determined that the score was going to follow, if you will, the DNA of what Howard and I created. I've been working on an adaptation of A Bronx Tale. Stephen Schwartz and I are going to meet again in June, do a little bit more rewriting, but we're opening at La Jolla Playhouse in the fall.
Isabel and Ruben Toledo, the legendary fashion designers, nominated for their Broadway collaboration After Midnight. Now, how many costumes are there?
Over 100. Can you imagine? And most of them are men's costumes.
Yes, it's really beautiful because it's like a garden and then a new rose comes in. It's been really beautiful because the whole cast reacts to that new garment and to the new star, of course.
The textile, the colors, the movements, the silhouette. Our relationship to clothes shows in how they take to the clothes.
And it becomes musical at that moment when they're reacting to the garment, it's reacting to the music. It's incredible. Oh yes, I still put out my collection.
Collections are still shown.
Every season I've been showing. I showed in Barcelona a few months ago.
Yeah, I never know what she's going to wear until last minute.
I definitely don't want to know what I'm going to wear. I want to dress that moment, that feeling of the moment.
She's fearless.
So we're talking to Pulitzer Prize winner Robert Schenken, who has returned to Broadway with All the Way.
And we had theaters from all over the country flying in to see the show and asking about the rights. We knew right away we had something special. LBJ is such a demanding role. I mean, it's Shakespearean. There are many strings to my bow. As a writer, the story chooses you.